Good morning. Shall we begin? Okay. What did we discuss in the last class? Yes, we talked about the poet Kishwar Naheed, right? We talked about uh, her childhood, we talked about her nativity, we talked about her experiences, we talked about her works, and we also discussed the major themes that she deals with, right? Okay, so having dealt with the author and the major themes, now we'll move on to the poem. Okay, uh, what is the poem titled? It's titled Listen to Me. Okay, so before we move on to the poem, tell me the meaning or the significance of the word or the phrase or the title Listen to Me. What is the significance? What is the poet asking us? Ah, yes, the poet is asking us to listen. Now, when you are talking to someone or when you talk to someone and you feel that the person is not following what you're saying, he or she is distracted and they are not trying to get what you are trying to say. Imagine that. What will you ask them? Are you listening? Are you actually listening to me? Isn't it? So, will you ask, are you hearing? No, you'll be asking, are you listening to me? So now you understand that there is a difference between listening and hearing, right? Hearing is something, yes, that you make in a very casual way, right? You I heard it. Okay, you make the statement, I heard it. Okay, fine. You heard it, and that's fine, well and good. It's a casual hearing. You're not keen enough to listen what the other person is saying. Okay, you are not trying to grab into the idea of the person's statement, whereas when you are asked to listen, you are asked to give all your ears, all your eyes, all your thought into the person's statement. It's intent, it's keen. Okay, so here Kishwar Naheed is asking the readers to listen to her. She has something to say, and she is inviting all the readers' eyes, mind, etc., to the statement that she is going to establish, or to the words that she is going to express herself. Okay, uh, saying that, we'll move to the poem. Let's see the poem. Okay, how does the poem begin? The poet begins a poem saying, if you want to speak, your punishment is death. If you want to breathe, your place is in prison. So, what is the poet saying? The poet is saying that if you want to speak, your punishment is death. The lines are very simple, right? If you want to speak, your punishment is death. What is the big deal in it, right? But look at it, she begins with a conditional clause. You're not allowed to speak, okay? But still, if you want to speak, you'll have to understand that your punishment, you'll be punished definitely for speaking. And what is that punishment? It is not like putting your fingers on your lips, but rather your punishment will be death. Okay, so she is talking about the condition of the women in general. Okay, the condition of people in a totalitarian regime, or rather in an autocratic regime, but especially the condition of women in a totalitarian regime. You know, she's talking about her native place, which is in Pakistan. She's trying to talk about the condition of women in Pakistan, but universally you can mm, expand it to the general condition of women in the society. Okay, so a woman is not allowed to speak. She cannot voice herself, even though the constitution grants it. You find that you are not allowed to speak. Speaking is something that is very basic, right? Just like you breathe, you speak. But being a woman, you're not allowed to speak. And supposedly you speak, your punishment is death. And then she moves on to the second one. If you want to breathe, your place is in the prison. Breathing is something that happens all naturally. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to put in effort to breathe, right? But if you decide you will breathe, then your place is in the present. So what does this breathe mean? Is it just exhaling and inhaling? Is it simply that? No, it's not simply breathing. It carries a depth of meaning. When you breathe, what are you trying to do? You're trying to live, which means that you are trying to exist in this world. If you try to exist in this world, if you try to assert yourself in this world, then where is your place? What will happen to you? You won't be able to lead a free world. You won't be able to live in a free world. But your place will be in prison. You will be in chains. If you decide to show your existence, if you decide to prove your existence, if you decide to speak out, then you will either die or you will be in prison. Okay, so I hope the stanza is clear. Kishwar Naheed points that if you want to speak the condition of women, that she says in a very simple body images, that if you want to speak, your punishment is death. If you want to breathe, your place is in the prison. Okay, we'll move on to the next stanza. If you want to walk, then cut off your legs and carry them in your arms. So what is she saying? If you want to walk, then cut off your legs and carry them in your arms. You are not allowed to move from one place to another. You are in confinement. Okay, women are not supposed to roam around. Okay, you cannot snoop into other places and enjoy this world. Okay, you cannot just roam around, feel this world, be at ease. That is not allowed for you. And if at all you feel like, no, I can't sit here, I have to walk, I have to move around, okay, then do something. Cut off your legs and carry them in your arms, so that even when you walk, you're not walking that, you're crawling. And when you crawl, you're not going to enjoy this world. Instead, what are you trying to do? You are in pains because you don't have legs. Not just that, you have a shoulder on your you have something weighing on your shoulder. What does that mean? That you won't be able to enjoy the place where you are trying to move on to. Okay, so here the poet is trying to say that your freedom is restricted. You are not allowed to move from one place to another. If at all you feel this desire to move around from one place to another, better cut off your legs and carry them in your arms, so you'll be weighed down by your own problems and you won't be able to enjoy this world. Okay, if you walk around, that's a better thing, because otherwise people will throw stones at you. So if you move around carrying your own pains, shouldering your own worries, then it's fine. You can crawl around and live this life. Next, she says that if you want to laugh, hang upside down in a well. You're not allowed to enjoy this life. You're not allowed to have the pleasantries of this life. And still, you insist, I want to laugh. If you want, you're not allowed to laugh, but still, if you want to laugh, then what is the advice that is given to you? Yes, hang upside down in a well. What happens when you hang upside down in a well? Will you be able to laugh? You'll laugh, but tears come to you. You won't be able to laugh properly. You'll be like, you'll be somehow trying to get down on your feet, which means that it is rather impossible to laugh. And still, if you can't resist laughing, hang upside down, and then you try to hang upside down in a well, and then you laugh. And in a well, if you laugh, it will be only the echo that is coming out. You won't be able to have a clear idea. The world will not have a clear idea that you are laughing. The world will not think that you are laughing, so it's happy. Okay, so you can laugh, but at the same time, let the world not realize that you are laughing. Okay, we'll stop here and we'll just recap what are the points that we have discussed. So what are we trying to talk about? We talked about the poem by Kishwar Naheed. She says that if you want to speak, then your punishment is death. If you want to breathe, your place will be in prison. She also says that if you want to walk, then cut off your legs and carry them in your arms. And she also says that you can't laugh, you are denied all the pleasantries of life, but still, if you feel like laughing, then hang upside down in a well so that nobody knows and the world will not realize that you are actually laughing. It will just echo it down and it will be like almost like a clatter tatter. Okay, so that's all for today. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.